prosperity, strong economy, Lord. You gotta put your country.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The Clean Fresh Sound. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Hey DJ, can you play that song?
I am so proud.
Hey, set the mood for me to a different melody.
I'm loving how the music sounds. I saw you go. Hey, Roleza and Dianna Apri. Hey, WEFM family.
We one drop. Hey, all right.
Roleza singing song. After she said she not going sing along. No, what she... Roleza,
I said that I'm not doing any extempo with you, all right?
All right.
I would say.
Oh, right. Listen.
I ain't doing no extempo with you because I will bust so badly. I had to write down my things. I gotta write them down.
I have faith in you. Listen, big up Roleza this morning.
I'm glad that you have faith in me. I have faith in me with that. So yeah. We on we own. All right. So good morning again to SVG. And it's a Monday morning, right? Well, whatever mood you find yourself in this morning, try to muster up the energy and just try to get yourself through today. I mean, when the place is hazy, I hate to see it like this as well, because I find sometimes it affects my mood too, because it's just outside like outside just but that doesn't mean your day has to be the same way. Yeah. All right. And the Saharan, this is just annoying me too, because 1 minute you don't clean down somewhere.
Yes.
And then afterwards you had to go deal with it again, So I thought it rained in the Sahara recently. Why we having dust?
Come on.
Why is there dust?
So the dry part still must affect us, eh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right, folks. So we are into another commentary segment of our program this morning, and we are looking at a topic. There's an article on Eyewitness News that says man left with 30 stitches after being stabbed 3 times by mentally ill neighbor. Now, mentally ill is in quotation, single inverted commas. Mm-hmm. A Prospect man was left with 3 knife wounds that took over 30 stitches to close after he was attacked by another resident of the village who is said to be mentally ill. Davidson Lane, 42, spoke to Eyewitness News from the Stubbs Polyclinic, where he received medical attention after the attack around 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. He said that he has been renting in an area for almost 3 years and would park his vehicle on a road to another resident's property. He said that whenever he parks there, the alleged mentally ill man, whom he describes as 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing about 240 pounds, would throw words at him. Lane said that he went back to his car on Sunday morning around 9:30 a.m. to collect something. After collecting the items, he was speaking with some friends, and while there, the man attacked him, stabbing him 3 times. Lane received a cut to his right arm that took 9 stitches. He received a stab wound to his back that took 6 stitches, while a similar injury to his shoulder took 6 stitches inside and 10 outside. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can go on Eyewitness News and read it, but there was something interesting in it that I want to get to. Let me see if I can quickly find it. The words that the guy said.
The supposed mentally ill person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Lynn said, I made a complaint to his mom about it already, that sometimes when he sees me, he's always harassing me. Even when I make grocery, he issues threatening words. I never took it for anything. All right. Oh, geez, I can't find it. All right, but it's something to the effect where the gentleman said that
Oh,
he had his eye. I was trying to look for the exact words. He had his eye on him for the longest while, and it's not is he wanted to do it to him. Um, he wanted to do it to him. Oh, geez.
he was saying how where he parks his vehicle in, ever since he moved there, the man would tell him he's parking in his yard, and that what he would be, but basically saying things that are not real, things that are not true, making threats, and eventually going after the man and assaulting him like that, right? So we just wait and get the exact words.
Yeah,
Because I know you want to get the
I
exact
tried.
words.
Yeah,
So
because I don't want to misquote, but I not it. You know, when you need to find something
you can
immediately.
get, yeah.
Um.
But while you search,
Okay,
so
so he says, you know, sometimes when these things happen, the first thing that's run through him. No, it's not that. Oh, Lord. All right,
okay.
go ahead. Go ahead.
So he was, like I said before, the man said that he would threaten him. He moved to the place where he's living about 3 years ago. And ever since he wherever he would park his vehicle, this man would always come out and tell him, "You're parking in my yard," and issue threats and things like that.
Okay, so I found it. So Davidson said, if it was somewhere else he had stabbed me, like in the stomach area,
that,
he could have punctured my lungs. And even when he stabbed me, he said it's a long time he had me in mind. And it's a long time he had that for me.
Hmm.
And I think that this is just so interesting.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, the thing of it is that there are different levels, I suppose, of different
Forms
categories
of
of
mental
persons
illness.
of mental illness, right? So, in the true essence of it, I mean, he does have the presence of mind to know that he has this person in his mind, and it's a while that he wanted to do it, right? So he has that presence of mind because he's aware of the actions that he wanted to perform or to engage in. And then, but it does come back to if he has that presence of mind in a sense, to say that he wanted to do this before, then he could be found, he could be charged for it.
I suppose, now when it comes to issues of mental illness, and this came out a bit the other day when we heard about the one that felt these, what it was, stone or bottle after the DJ, and he fired the bullets after him, right? So I'm sorry, but when it comes to mental illness, when I hear that anybody has a mental illness, or it seems that anybody has a mental illness, my opinion is a bit different than everybody else's opinion. And trust me, before I did a little bit of research into mental illness and these things, I was just like the rest of the population. Listen to me, I would say, I don't care if you're crazy. If you do me this, I do in your back, and I ain't taking. And people say, oh, them, they're not crazy because they're doing this and they're doing that. I want to read something. I don't know if this man is really mentally ill. I don't know anything. We're basing our talk based on what we saw in the article. So again, like you mentioned, which is correct, there are different types of mental illness. I am going to read about schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, I'm reading from the internet, is a serious mental health condition that affects how people think, feel, and behave. It may result in a mix of hallucinations. Hallucinations mean you're seeing and you're hearing things that are not there. Delusions, meaning you believe in something that is not real, and you, in your mind, you have all evidence pointing to this thing being real, but it's not real. It's a delusion. And disorganized thinking and behavior. Hallucinations, well, I just explained that hallucinations involve seeing things or hearing voices that aren't observed by others. Delusions involve firm beliefs about things that are not true. People with schizophrenia can seem to lose touch with reality, which can make daily living very hard. Just read a little bit more. People with schizophrenia need lifelong treatment. This includes medicine, talk therapy, and help, and so on and so forth. Because many people with schizophrenia don't know they have a mental health condition and may not believe they need treatment, many research studies have examined the results of untreated psychosis. People who have psychosis that is not treated often have more severe symptoms, more stays in a hospital, poorer thinking and processing skills, and social outcomes, injuries, and even death. On the other hand, early treatment can help with these symptoms. So, unfortunately, because I have now read up a lot and I have gone through my own thing, being depression, anxiety, and so on. And learning that when you are suffering with your mental health, because your brain is the key thing. We need our brain in order for our bodies to function. And when the brain is not okay, the entire body is not okay. Right? So I kind of started thinking about it a little differently. I'm not saying it's okay, because obviously it is not. This man stabbed him, but I've learned that people with mental health conditions, especially conditions like schizophrenia, these people see and hear things that aren't there. They have voices telling them, boy, chop Roleza. Roleza been thief your cow. You never own a cow in your life, but the voice in your head telling you, boy, go and chop Roleza, she been thief your cow. And you, because you're not okay, you're sick, like you're sick when you have cancer, when you have diabetes, there are things you cannot control because of your sickness. It's the same thing with mental health persons. So the problem is we need to fix it. I don't know how we're going to do this, because it's not okay for persons to just sit down and accept a stab or a gunshot or a bust head or something and then say, oh, this person is mentally ill, so that's okay, just hold your cut and go. That's not okay. So I don't know what we need, what we're going to do, how we're going to attack this situation, but I just wanted to let people know that, because I know a lot of persons are very much angry. If you check the comments, people are saying, he's not crazy. If he been telling you that for so long, that means he's not crazy. But that does not have to be the case, because when people crazy like that, they're crazy for a long time. It's not something overnight. And these people, you see, you pass these mentally health people in town and you see them firing and cussing and talking and nobody there. There's their hallucinations. They're living in an entirely different world. They're living in our world, but yet they're living in another world. So I just wanted to say that, and I don't think that's my comment on it. Yeah.
Boy, yeah, with a rule this morning. But anyways, it's fine.
Yeah.
The thing, I think we're not going to be able to touch on this fully this morning, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the things too that in treating somebody who is mentally ill is that they have to recognize that something is wrong and they need to be able to accept the treatment, right?
That's it.
There's somebody very close to me, and I met her in town last week, and she has been diagnosed with schizophrenia, and she met me and she was like, they say I have schizophrenia, right? You think I have schizophrenia? Asking me the question. So I am there like, I don't know, but I mean, I can't tell her, yes, you have it. What are you going to do? Because I know that it has been a bit of a difficulty in terms of persons close to her trying to get her the help that she needs. But because she doesn't want to accept the help, or because she doesn't recognize that there is something wrong with her, nothing it can really be done. When she has her episodes, then they have to deal with it in whatever way that they can. So I think that is what it is, where yes, it is that these persons live among us. And I personally would not want to be this person's neighbor, because this is something that happened to him unprovoked as well. Yeah, exactly. And that is what is frightening for me. It's unprovoked, Right. And it's not to say that I'm trying to ostracize anybody. It's not to say that I have anything against persons, but you also have to look out for your own life. Yeah. Right. And in this case, this gentleman could have lost his life yesterday. Correct. So the whole topic of mental health or mental awareness, especially the role of the family, because I'm sure that the family was aware of what was happening. And the guy said he did report to the mother. And he would say sometimes, he mentioned something about when he went to the family and he wanted him or go to make a report, they would say they don't know where he is. And people, listen to me, it is very hard to deal with somebody with mental health, whether it's as serious as schizophrenia or it's something like depression or even anxiety, because it's only the people that are suffering. I mean, for schizophrenia, these people, like you said, they don't believe that we have this thing where we say crazy. People never say they're crazy. They don't believe that they're sick. So it is very hard. There's a lot of patience and a lot of education that you have to deal with somebody with a mental health issue, even if it is just depression. Because you may look at them, somebody with depression, they may be unable to do certain tasks in the home, and you may watch them and say, watch your lazy self. It is they lay down on bed whole day and I do nothing, but you don't understand. But I always say that person. But I always say there's a very thin line between sanity and insanity. There are so many things in our lives that could drive us to a breaking point. Yep. Completely drive us to a breaking point, Just so like that. Yeah. So, sometimes it's all about, and people also need to be able to seek help when they can. If you need to remove yourself from, let's say, whatever situation it is, you have to find ways to cope. Even if it's just temporarily, just to try to reset your mind in a little way, we have to do that. But we're going to have to pick this topic up at another time because it's extensive.
Yeah.
And in a way, it has to be all hands on deck to be able to try to deal with this situation or these type of situations here in society.
Yeah, I would just like to encourage all of us who are listening to read. Just take your phone, go online, research bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, all of these things. Read and understand. And what I want people to understand most of all, I'm not making excuses for people that are mentally ill and they're harming others, right? Because I have learned and I understand that they have uncontrollable things. People in their head telling them do this, that for them, this person is just as real as me talking here, but we know they're not because we not see them and we not hear them, right? So I just want us to read and learn a little bit more so that when we see these things, our response could be a little bit different. Not telling you to accept, but just to be educated.
All right. Yeah. And with that, we are going to take a break. Time here in SVG, it is 8:03, and our time check came to us with the compliments of New Haven Funeral Home.